Hi everybody, welcome to another video from me, Jason at Screen Photographic, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to do an unboxing video of this. Now this is the Canon Fit Tamron 24-70mm f2.8 generation 2 lens. You can get a Canon alternative and I'll talk about that a little bit later on. But first of all, let's open the box, let's see what we get. Now Tamron do tend to look after their customers, and you'll see straight away on here is a brand new lens. You get the chance of upgrading to a 5-year warranty, which if you're accident prone, as I am, you may get the chance to do. Also rocking the t-shirt, Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello and Raphael, who I understand from A Lady in a Pub was a little bit of a ladies' man. Good for him. Anyway, let's open the box and let's see what we get. So this is a lens ideal for landscape and probably event photography. It's certainly a go-to lens for things like gigs and music festivals. You could probably do product photography with it as well. Are you going to want to do portrait work with this or any kind of sports photography with this? Maybe not. Just because the zoom isn't great. So Canon does an alternative, which is the EF Fit 2.8 lens, and to be fair, similar build to the Tamron one. It's 24-70mm with no image stabilization, and will cost you £800 more than you can get this for. I got this from the London Camera Exchange for a little bit over £1,000, and I believe there is a Nikon equivalent fit as well for around about the same price, and you can pick these up secondhand for about £750, £800. They do tend to hold their value quite well, and they resell quite well too. So what we have here is quite a nice little feature to start off with. This is a lens bag. So if you have a camera bag, which most of you do, you've got your own bag, quite nice to put the lens in, and it's got quite a firm bottom as well with the Tamron logo. That feels quite spongy inside, and I'm guessing that's probably some kind of cardboard with polystyrene over it. There's no smell to it, which some of these bags tend to have, particularly if they're cheaper made. But this is well put together, and don't quote me on it, but it feels like it might be waterproof, which is useful if it is. Usual instructions and things like that, various warranties, languages, not too fussed about those of course, and this is the meat and the bones. So let's see what else we get. So this is the actual lens. It's well packaged, which you'd expect from something brand new, wrapped in bubble wrap, and the first thing I notice is it is quite weighty. It is made of metal, not plastic. With lenses you tend to get what you pay for. You'll find a lot of kit lenses and lower quality, lower level lenses are made of plastic because they're not essentially cheap, if you like, but they're cheaply manufactured, but they do their job very well. But this weighs in at just under 1 kilo, so it has a little bit of a weight to it, and it comes of course with the lens hood, and straight away from taking that off you can see how well made that is. If I take off the back, you can see the glass through there. I believe there are 9 blades in this compared to 7 in the Canon's one, and they help with the focusing. And one feature of this, if you're used to using Canon, is that the lens ring rotates the other way to what you're used to. So Canon you rotate to the left, Tamron you rotate to the right, which being right-handed is probably going to be the way to go. It's quite unnatural, to be honest, because I'm used to using my left hand. I rotate the other way, but that's a by the by. The fit is traditional Canon EF fit on the back, so you'll see you've got the notches. It doesn't have the red and white marks that Canon lenses come with to line up with, but it's pretty simple. You can line the marks up here with the marks in your camera. I've also noticed a rubber gasket around the outside as well, which gives you a much more snug fit. Now you'll see the build of this is very good. You've got autofocus and manual focus, so you can, quite a solid button as well. That's not loose, that's not weak as some of the other lenses buttons may be. You've also got VC on as well, and this is where it'll be handy for something like shooting a gig or a music festival, for example, purely because the movement that you may have, the jostle that you may have, it provides extra stabilization. You're not going to want to use that maybe at a lower f number, f2.8, but certainly shooting f8, it's going to be you know, it's going to be quite solid in good daylight. Now also in the box as well we have a lens hood. Now this is something that makes me a big fan of Tamron's lenses, and why I mentioned that they care about their customers. I've bought a number of Canon lenses, and none of them have come with a lens hood. I've always had to buy a no brand one, and then swap it over between the lenses that I'm using. But this one fits quite nicely and screws over the top. Allows you to fit your lens cap on as well, and always use your lens hood if you have one, because it allows a little bit of damage if you drop the camera a little bit and it comes down this way, and the lens should at least protect the glass to some degree. And it focuses the light as well, so no stray light gets in and blows out your images. The hood obviously focuses the light. And on here, this button is a lens lock. So this just ensures that, should you get knocked or should you drop the lens, it shouldn't necessarily pop off. You would need to press this in to release a mechanism to take the lens hood off. And that's a nice feature. This is a lens that I'd had my arm for quite a while. I had looked at the Canon alternative, but having looked at reviews online, it was a case of, go for perhaps a better image quality and, no, pay a heftier price, which, I could have done, but there's no image stabilization in the Canon, which there is in this lens, or I could get a comparable lens with a slightly reduced image quality from what I'm led to believe, for, half the price of the Canon one. So the Canon equivalent of the 70mm or 24-70mm, which this one is, comes in about £1,800. It does produce a much better image quality, and it does focus a lot better and a lot sharper than this one does. However, the image quality in this one is very good too. It provides image stabilization, which I would recommend you have switched on, and also it just looks better, really, doesn't it? So I'm going to be using this at the weekend for photographing a local event. It'd be very remiss of me to not take some images, and I will be doing that shortly and sharing those with you, so you can see the quality. Now I do gather that sharpness through the f numbers is pretty good. You do get a little bit of edging even at f22, which you'd probably expect from most lenses built to be like this and built to this grade, but it's sharp even at f2.8. Handheld, and also of course on tripod. It's going to add a little bit of weight, but it's not going to be too difficult to lug around. Have this in a bag, have this on your camera, maybe a smaller lens in your bag, and yeah, you're going to be good to go. Now I do rely on pockets. My smaller lens, my portrait lens, isn't going to fit in my pocket, and it is going to weigh a bit. I don't think there's anything else in the box to really tell you about. A couple of square things, they're nice, they're going to recycling, but it's worth taking out the insurance as well, or the warranty, because then obviously if you then drop it, perhaps it isn't covered on your insurance, you think of the warranty from Tamron. But yeah, Tamron are great. Sigma Art as well is a good alternative lens, and I'm looking forward to using this, and I'll see you in the next video.